What up, YouTube? It's your main man, Boys for Life, coming at you with another fucking video. So, last night, I did my video on Landon Collins, and it's funny because even, some of the shit I watch, like the Dallas News Report or whatever it is, about the Cowboys, they were even talking about maybe Landon, coming over here because the Giants probably ain't gonna pay him, and we all know all these players like to stay within the NFC East. They just do. But that's not what I want to talk about today. Today I want to talk about D-Law. We already know Demarcus Lawrence doesn't want to sign a franchise tag. It's not news. It's not new to us. Like, we know this, man. I'm only reporting on it because NFL.com has come out and said, he won't, making a bigger deal than what it is, and it's really not a big deal. This is what I think Demarcus Lawrence is going to request, or what he's going to want. He wants a long-term deal. He wants to stay in Dallas. He wants between 102 and 105 mil, maybe over 4 or 5 years. If we do the 5 years, that's a little north of 20 mil a year, just barely north of 20 mil a year, which is going to take up 11% of the cap space, 10 to 12% actually of the cap space. So, is he worth that money with what free agents are out there and the shit you may or may not get in the draft? Because you don't know what you're going to get in the draft. You don't know what you're going to get. You can pick a top tier guy, and he could be all great and dandy in college, but then when he comes to the NFL, it could be a complete bust. Or he can look iffy in college, and then somehow get in the NFL and just be a complete stud. It's just you just don't know what you're going to get, and you already know what you're going to get with Demarcus Lawrence. Even though he does show signs, or has shown signs of disappearing in games. You take into account the Rams game, so because he was nowhere to be found. The Colts game, he was nowhere to be found. There are games where he just disappears, and but with the lack of edge rushers that he is, and what you don't know you're gonna get in the draft, he legitimately has all the fucking leverage, all the leverage he wants. He's not going to sign a franchise tag. He's probably going to get the money that he wants, because we're not going to let him go, because even though he does disappear in games, he's had a pretty productive past couple years, being injury free. He had 14 sacks a couple years ago, 14.5 sacks, and this year, it went down to 10.5 sacks, but it's his presence of being there and people, having a game plan and double team or whatever against him, which leaves the other side open for Randy Gregory, who is, he got a full season under him. And I think, not by next year. Next year, he's still going to be progressing. I think by the following year after that, he'll be at his top peak. So, it's very important we get this deal done. Do I want him on the team? Yes, I do. I don't want to see him anywhere else. Do I think he's worth the money that he wants? No, I don't, because he does disappear. He's not a Khalil Mack type of player. He's almost there, but he's not. And I'm not trying to take away anything from D-Law. I'm not. But I think, you have Khalil Mack up here. He's the standard. He's the gold standard. And then just underneath him, you have, Demarcus Lawrence. Because, Khalil Mack is just in a category of his own. Doesn't take plays. Like, he is coming at you all day, every day. Now, I know if Eagle fans watch this, they're going to say, well, he didn't do anything against us. Nah, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Everyone's entitled to a bad game. Shit. But with Demarcus Lawrence, he goes missing from time to time. And, you know, he may not get a sack. I think there was a stretch where he didn't have a sack for like 3 or 4 games last season. Come on, you can't be having that. If you want that Khalil Mack money, you can't be having 3 or 4 stretches without a sack. You know what I mean? I mean, even if you're getting double teamed, you can't be doing that shit. I mean, Darnold, you know, he gets double teamed. Yeah, he disappears, but he requires that double team. Khalil Mack gets double teamed, but he still gets his shit. You know, like that's why I'm saying D-Law is almost there, but not quite yet. And I don't think he's worth that money. You know, maybe he's worth, you know, between, I don't know, 17 and a half and 19 mil a year, but not a little bit north of 20, taking up 11% of that cap. But, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, he has the leverage just because of what's out there, what's available, and the fact that you don't know what you're going to get in the draft. So all I gotta say is we need to get this deal done, because I don't want him going anywhere else. I want him there because him there helps out everyone else. It helps out Gregory get better, you know, because they gotta focus on him with a double team, and you can't double team both guys because then you're gonna leave the middle open for just havoc to wreak when the Cowboys, you know, with the defensive tackles that we got. So yeah, that's all I got. You know, leave your comments, thoughts down below. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. You know, go Cowboys.